Hello,
Hello.
good evening, and welcome. I know why you're hearing me in the background because I
Yep.
haven't actually set my output to my headphones, which would be important.
Actually, Pete, that was me. I have to confess.
Oh, that was you, was it?
I had Facebook open, and of course the volume was coming out there. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I was just saying to Pete, Pete, I can still hear the music. I can still hear the music. It's like because it was on my end. Oops.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Height of professionalism. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Hope you're all happy and safe and well and all that.
Hello.
Nice to see you all commenting. Hello, everybody. I can see all your comments coming in. Lovely to see you all here. So we've got a little new section for you. We're going to have a bit of a what's on section. So we're going to tell you what things other than us, obviously, are happening in the world of Ceroc. So we've got a couple of guests on tonight, and both of our guests have been running dance classes online for the last however many weeks. So those are both available. So we've got Ceroc Shalford on Sunday with Emma Wright, and Veronika Oliver has been doing classes every week. I believe that's on Veronika's personal page. That's on Veronika Oliver. So if you fancy going along for either of those, so Shalford's on Sunday and Veronika's on Wednesday evenings. There's also the quiz in your pants with Steve Thomas. We had Steve on a few weeks ago, so that's on Wednesday. That's on Ceroc Evolution. If you fancy going to that. What else have we got? We've got a Saturday Night Live coming up in a few weeks. That's on the 20th of June. So we're going to have a big Saturday night party. 3 hours worth of stuff, and it's all going to be live. There'll be no pre-recorded stuff, so we'll be flying by the seat of our pants that night, and fingers crossed that we have no massive technical issues. So Pete's sweating already about that one, so that should be a bit of a giggle. Coming up, Lisa's going to tell you a little bit more about that later on. What else is there? Oh yes, if you fancy having a little look, the Squirrels Dance Monkey that we promoted a couple of weeks ago, that is now live on the Hall of Fame on Dance in Your Pants, so you can go and have a look at that one. There's several other entries as well for the Dance Monkey Challenge, so go and check them out and have a bit of a giggle at whatever it else has been up to.
I haven't spoken anything yet. That's why
I
you
was
probably
going to say you're
can't hear
very
me.
quiet, Pete. It's unlike you. Are you well?
Yeah, I am sort
Sure.
of, but I've lost all sound in my headphones all of a sudden, and it was
Oh
working
dear.
fine a minute ago. So I'm hearing you come out of the system.
All
But my
right.
concern is it might be coming out and looping. However,
Okay, we're saying
um,
turn your volume up, Pete. Can hardly hear you.
that's because I wasn't speaking.
Oh, that's because you.
I've been very quiet, but I'm
Can
guessing
you
you
hear
can all
Pete
hear me
now?
now.
Can you hear him now? Give
Yeah,
us a
we do
little
the
bit of
usual. Can
a
you hear
yay
me
or a
now?
yay or a nay.
Can you hear me now? Not that anybody wants to.
Oh, I don't know if we want to hear you singing.
Ooh. See, there we go. See, Dave says
Okay,
sounds okay to
Dave,
us.
sounds okay. We'll go with that.
Okay.
That's always.
So bizarrely, I'm getting nothing from my headphones, and
Oh dear.
but I'm not going to worry
Is that
about
going
it
to be
because
is that going to be an issue going forward, or are you all right for the moment?
well, Kev, everyone says it sounds fine. Let's
Okay,
take it at
that's
that.
all good then.
Let's go with
All
that.
right, we'll see how we get on.
Absolutely.
might,
Hold on.
might be interesting when
Gail
we
still
start
says
having
can't
Lisa
hear
as our
you,
guest.
Pete.
We'll give that a go. So we got Lisa coming on to do her announcements. What's that face, Pete?
It's all right. It's Gail. Gail seems to be the only one who can't hear me, and I
Oh,
don't know why. Everyone else can, but Gail can't,
yeah.
and I don't know why.
Okay. Sorry, Gail. We don't know why you can't hear Pete.
Sorry, Gail. I assume you can hear Jules.
Can I
So
take it, Gail? You can hear me, can you? I take it.
yeah.
I'm going to assume that that's a yes because she hasn't said no that she can't hear me. So if everybody else can hear Pete, I don't think it's our end. It might be, I don't know.
I'm hoping it's Gail's end. I really am right now.
For it to be just one of us.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to have Lisa come on.
So I think we're going to invite Lisa.
Yeah.
Hello, lovely
Yes,
Lisa.
you. Hi, Lisa.
Hello, hello. I'll sit forward so you can hear me. I'll just have to slightly move my guest tonight. Yes. Sorry, mate.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look.
you got a poochie.
We've got Lottie, Lisa and Lottie.
Yes, Lottie's decided Thursday night is Lisa sits in front of a computer, therefore I can get fusses night.
Love
Becoming
it.
a thing tonight. We got rid of the blue curtain.
Excellent. Aww.
It's got to be something your end, Gail. Sorry, darling. So I'm just watching all the comments go by, and everyone's hearing me fine, except for Gail.
Sorry,
maybe-
Gail.
Oh, Kevin Cook is now saying, now I'm a bit quieter. Well, make your mind
Oh,
up.
Pete, you're gonna have to get a bit more gobby, darling. It shouldn't be a problem for you.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see. Anyway, hello, Lisa.
Hello.
I say hello. You've been with us for the last 10, 15 minutes, so.
Off air, obviously.
This afternoon, before the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Today.
So-
Sunday. I've seen more of Lisa now than I ever did before.
Yeah. True. Yeah, it's almost over now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
almost.
Going once this is all finished and we see each other in real life, I think we should carry on with this as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like my little daily catch up with you guys.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Birthdays?
You want some birthdays, don't you?
Thanks.
So we're doing the birthday shout-outs.
So it'd be a good idea to have some birthdays. Okay, starting back at last Sunday, there was Christine Clark. On Monday was a good day to be born if you're a dancer. There was a lot of them. There was, yes, you're there, Chris Whitehouse and Peter Day and Antonia Harmer, but the one that you all know more than any other of those is our very own Tom Gamble. So happy birthday for Monday. Tuesday, the 2nd of June, we had Sarah Patton and somebody else who many of you will know, especially if you've been dancing a little while and were fortunate enough to take his classes before he stopped teaching so much, and that's our very own Paul Kingston. So happy birthday for Tuesday, guys. Wednesday was Angela Stewart Armstrong, and today is somebody who a lot of you will know, and that's Graham Bolton, who is at Fleet when we're there pretty much every week. So a huge happy birthday for today, Graham. I hope you're enjoying your day. Lottie's even managed to make it into the bottom of the screen. She wishes you a happy birthday too. Yeah, have a good one, guys. A very happy birthday to you all. Have I missed anybody? I don't think so. I think I've managed to do what I was asked to without getting it wrong. Excellent. Cool.
So we just got one more little announcement to do before we go.
We have, for that, we certainly have. And I'm waiting for you. There we go. Happy first wedding anniversary to Claude and Christine. Claude and Christine celebrated their first year of marriage yesterday. So happy first wedding anniversary to you guys. You're a beautiful couple and can't wait to see you again when we're all back out dancing. I've got one more quick little thing I'd like to add that I didn't tell Jules and Pete about because I forgot. And that's, I know there's loads of people that have been doing dissertations and big exams, and seeing some posts coming through of people that are finishing up now and having their sort of final submission or dissertations gone in. So to anyone who sat through all this beautiful sunny weather, spending hours and hours and hours typing away and researching, and is now looking at a dull weekend, you have at least got freedom. Enjoy your first weekend of not having to write for thousands and thousands of words and study. Enjoy, relax, and have a good one. Well done. There you go, guys.
Now, do you want the last promo bit?
Yep.
Go on then. Oh, it's like asking for my slides. Can I be like the weather girls?
Yeah.
Need a little clicker.
Yeah, I want my little clicker. Is that all right, Pete? So, yeah, Saturday Night Live. Pete and Jules, they just can't get enough. So they spoke to me just over a week ago and said, yeah, do you reckon we could do 3 hours on a Saturday night and do it all completely live? And I was like, you're bonkers, but yes, go for it. So it's happening, and it's happening on Saturday the 20th of June, which is the night of the solstice. So a bit of a flower power solstice vibe going on. Please do dress up. If you're not brave enough to come on the show, dress up and drop photos that night into the group or onto the page. But we would like some of you to come on and join us. So if you would be up for that, let us know. Either via Skype, so similar to the way that we're doing this now. And I think Pete's been running some tests with Zoom to see whether or not maybe we could get a Zoom room full of people on for a quiz or other such silliness. But yeah, if you'd be up for that, it would be great. I mean, you guys, you've seen Pete and Jules, you've seen me. but you've seen some of the teachers, the guests that have been on. That's been great. We'd actually like to see you too. I think there's probably quite a few people out there that would like to see some of their familiar faces that they're missing from a Thursday night. So come and join the silliness. This terrifies the life out of me, but I'm doing it so you can. There's something else with regards to that I mentioned. On that night, we are going to do a bit of fundraising. Yeah. It's not for me, it's not for Ceroc Plus. It's for the costs that have been accrued, mostly by Pete, bless him. He's been dipping his hand in his pocket. And there's going to be a crowdfunding page set up, I believe, Pete. I'm looking at you. It's not come anywhere near me. This is all going to go to the costs that we accrue to do this. Hopefully to cover the costs so far and to put a little bit in the pot to keep it going forwards. So more about that nearer the time, but if you can spare us a few pennies when that comes along, then... Oh, wrong way. I knew I'd do it.
That's because we swap sides on you to annoy you.
Yeah, they do. They flip me. So if I point one way, it goes the other way. I'm a bit like that at the moment.
You're over there, aren't you? There we go.
I don't know. But yes, so there'll be that as well. They're mostly doing it for love, but it would be good if we could remunerate Pete, because he's been, I say, dipping his hand in his own pocket, bless him. There you go.
I didn't mind at first because I thought it'd only be a couple of weeks, but you know, it's turning into quite a few months.
Pete's expenses have been racking up. So we want to keep the Thursday night lives free on an ongoing basis. So to enable us to be able to do that, we thought we'd run a fundraiser to see if you guys can help us out a little bit. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do, and also it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
It will.
And that's kind of the main reason.
Yeah, it certainly will.
Good excuse for a party.
Lovely. Well, the lovely Lisa will be returning later on in the show.
Yeah.
So we're going to say bye-bye to Lisa for now. She's going to have a chill. She's going to take a break. She's going to go, I've done that now. Going to put her feet up for a little bit, bless her. So we shall see you a little later on, Lisa. Bye-bye, my love. We'll see you later. Bye-bye, Lisa. Bye-bye, everybody. Yeah, everybody, bye-bye. And we're back. We're back on the correct side.
Could you do a recap of how to turn the subtitles off? I've seen a few comments coming up.
Yes, I certainly can. I'll tell you what, I've still got it. I'm going to very quickly show you. If you've got caption setting issues, watch. So within the video you're watching, regardless where you're watching, okay, down at the bottom there should be the little settings cog. Click on the little cog and you'll see the captions option for on and off. Just click it off, click off the cog, and you're way to go. Hopefully that will solve the problem, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. I'm glad I didn't delete that, because we were saying like, oh, we don't need to do that anymore. Everyone's fine. And I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm going to keep it just in case.
It's always worth keeping it. Yeah, always a good idea to do that. Okay, so we're going to move on to our usual feature teacher section. So we've got a couple of local legends for you this week. We've got the lovely Emma Wright and Veronika Oliver. So they came and had an interview with us just over a week ago. And we all know each other. We've all known each other for quite a long time. And as a result, we all got chat. And the interview was crazily long. So Pete, bless him, has had to do quite a bit of editing to shorten it down so we can fit it on the show. Otherwise, the entire show would just be interview and nothing else. So if you are interested in watching the full version of the interview, Pete's going to sort that out and put that up on our page in a few days' time. He has still got a little bit of editing to do to that. There's one or two things that we can't leave in there.
Yes, even in the uncut version, it's got to be cut.
The long interview up if you're interested in the other bits that have been cut. Other than that, we'll show you our edited version, our short edited version that we've got after Pete shares with you the fun facts that we've got for our two lovely ladies.
So, fun facts this week, and these are Veronika's. So I'm doing Veronika's fun fact, and these are her fun facts for you to think about. We will obviously refresh them again when we go into the second part. So as you can see, Veronika owns a collection of James Brown memorabilia, has danced on the Empire State Building, and was a private tutor at the age of 13. Interesting. There you go. And I'm going to hand you over to Jules.
So just in case you haven't watched the show before and you're not quite sure how this works, 2 of those 3 are blatant lies and only one of them is true. So you have to try and guess which one is true. So post in the comments which one you think is true for each of our ladies. Have I got who have I've got Emma, haven't I?
You have Emma.
So Emma was a kids TV presenter. Emma has danced on top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Emma owns 17 copies of Cooking with Jamie Oliver. So which one of those 3 is true and which 2 are blatant fibs? All right, have a little guess, see what you think. We've got any comments coming through yet? Not. Oh yeah, we got. We've got
Lindsay Bennett, are you raffling off the bandana, Pete? And I'm guessing that's from Andy, who's logged on to Lindsay's account.
Yeah, you could do. I don't know if anybody would want a worn bandana of Pete's.
I will wash it.
Not sure I would.
I will wash it. I will send a washed one. So, so we'll wait and see. Okay.
Okay. So, Pete, I think you've got a clip of Emma and Veronika in action.
We have. So
both of them have got videos available on Dance in Your Pants. We'll put the links to their videos on our page after the show.
Yeah. So this is a little snippet of them both in action. So enjoy, and obviously it will run straight into the first part of Feature Teacher Part 1. And we're going to sit back and enjoy. Basically enjoy.
Not to do at home. This is just a demo of an aerial. And we're doing it cold and in a cramped space, so, bear with. Okay. Right, so this is the back angel. Ready? Can they actually see? Oh yeah, there we go. Lovely. Good. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's Feature Teacher. Tonight we have 2 fabulous women. We have the lovely Emma Wright, and we have the the gorgeous Veronika Oliver. She's lovely,
You're going to get in
really.
so much trouble on this one.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You're going to get in a whole world of trouble.
Thank you, ladies, for coming on and having the mick take out of you for the next 3/4 of an hour. That's becoming the tradition. I'm sorry, that's how it goes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here, ladies. As usual, this is 2 parts. So the first part, we're going to be asking the ladies questions about, and as usual, we'll get Jules to kick things off.
So we were chatting off air about the fact that we've all covered each other's classes. Emma and Veronika are local teachers, as am I, obviously. So we've all covered for each other, and Pete's demoed for all 3 of us. So that's what we were referring to. Just to clarify that.
For my sins.
But we've all 3 of us have also recently done Mist. So, girls, can you tell us a little bit about your experiences teaching at Mist? Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So Tim sent out the email first, and I thought it was a great idea, but I was so busy at work, I was like, yep, just put me down for anything.
Oh, you shouldn't say that to Tim.
I know, right? And I didn't know until the initial schedule came out that he put me down for showstoppers. I was like, okay. So I messaged him back and said, can we do any baby aerials or anything like that? No. So I'm like, okay, so showstoppers class, we haven't taught before. No aerials. What the heck do we have? But we pulled it together, and it was great fun, actually, and people were good and giving it a go, and yeah, it was so much fun. It was brilliant.
Fantastic.
Well, when I got the email, because I was working, and obviously I have the Hotmail open anyway, I normally just keep an eye on it. So I was like, yes, sign me up to him. So he kind of greened off some ideas, and I already had a couple of ideas anyway. Burlesque was obviously going to happen anyhow. And I wanted to do some Ceroc, so I gave him a few options of what I wanted to do. And he also mentioned body combat, and I was like,
oh,
well, I've been doing body combat all 3 months now.
Sure, I can do it.
Oh, heck, I like a challenge. So I thought, yeah, you know what, I'll have a go. I've never taught it. I'm not qualified. And And I'm sure you get, Hayley and Tony and others who are martial arts, like Ad or some other people who are much better at this. But, if you really stuck, if I'm last resort, go for it. But today I came back like, Veronika, I'll put you down for 3 classes. You'll be nice and busy if you want to do it. It's like, yes, okay.
What have I done?
Really, Mitchie was like, what have I done to myself?
I don't know about you girls, but I definitely feel like I've been to an actual weekender.
Yeah.
Do you find that?
I feel I haven't got the post-Canberra cold.
Right, yeah.
And as people were kind of like commenting on Facebook, the accommodation was really good, the toilets were really clean, the food was excellent. I was like, but I was out in the garden digging away on Monday and had the DJ sets playing, so that was quite good actually. So I still felt in the zone even though I wasn't. Yeah.
I think what's great is that there's so many different classes we wouldn't have had in a normal weekender. And I think I had a go at all those that they wouldn't have otherwise, because either, you just can't rule out a better 10:30 to do a class. Yeah. Whereas this case, because it went on until 2, 3, 4. Okay, there were people who were up at 3:45, so I heard. Wasn't me. So fair enough for them. It was probably hard to get up still, but I think it was still easy because you just roll out of bed and more or less you're there, and
and you've got the option to turn your camera on or off.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
That's really important. Yeah. That's no longer. I'm drinking my coffee, watching you guys.
Poor old Pete is sort of sat there nodding. He was working, so Pete wasn't missed.
Oh no!
Yeah, sadly, like most weekenders these days, I have to work, and we were working the entire weekend.
So we've featured. You won't know this because you haven't seen the show yet. We've featured a clip of both of you in action with your Dance in the Pants videos. So you've been involved with that, and you've also been doing online live stuff, haven't you, for your own venues?
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? What you've been doing?
Yeah, sure. So we pretty much started online classes, I think, a couple of weeks into quarantine, basically because we just knew that there were a whole lot of people, because I usually teach at Shelford, and there's a whole lot of people who would regularly come out on a Sunday and obviously wanting to give them something. So G, who hates teaching beginners, he was like, no, I don't want to do beginners, because he has to concentrate on his footwork, because do you know what I mean? You can't be kind of lazy with your feet or whatever. So I'm just like, okay. So Tishi stepped in, my daughter, and she's been fab, and we've had a real good laugh. She'll still sing along to the music and put me off completely, and I'm doing the guide bit anyway and trying to do the teaching, and I'm just like, stop it. Cracking me up. And then G comes in and does intermediates with me, just a half-hour class, and then Lance McCarthy goes on and DJs with the full, he's sitting there bouncing behind the desk with the Ceroc banner and the light going and stuff. It's like,
we do Wednesday night classes, and we have a different setup, or similar to Emma's actually, more like. So we do a beginners class, and then in the break I tend to have a chat with our local kind of DJs and teachers and things. And then we have an intermediate class, and then we go into a freestyle, which we also moved on to Zoom because of obvious reasons. But I'm still staying on live, which is really weird, because I'm staying on live. We turn the music off, but my head mic's still on, so people can still hear me talking on live.
Okay.
And there's people still watching on live. It's like, what are you doing?
In no particular order, can either of you remember how you actually first got into Ceroc?
I do. It was my ex-husband, boyfriend at the time, who had done it a few times, and that was back in 1998. That was my first time I went, and that was I think it was Fulham, Broadway. That was I don't think the building at all exists anymore. It was knocked down later, and I was taught by James Cronin, the original founder of Ceroc.
Yeah.
And I remember his braces and whatever else, the style of bouncy thing. I was just like eating it all up. Absolutely loved it. And I think it was a Tuesday night or Wednesday night. I'm not sure. I think it was a Tuesday, and because it was a bit of a hassle to drive to, we didn't really do that much of it. So we did it a few times. I kind of liked it, but then I couldn't drive at the time, funnily enough. I didn't pass my driving test just yet. So I was reliant on him giving us a ride there. And so he felt like, nah, I don't want to do it. And then wind on 2 years, 2000 is when actually he was my husband by then. he said that he saw some people doing busking in the Kingston Town Centre, which was Annalisa Martin, her lot, was setting up the Surbiton venue at the first time. So she's giving out flyers. And that was on a Tuesday night as well. And we went along. I totally fell in love, of course, and went straight in like head first. He then decided to drop it and went into playing football. And then the night then was moved to Wednesday. And then I was just like taking my duck to water, and within a year or so, I think I was asked to become a taxi dancer, and I was all over it like a rash, really. And I'm going to do it since. So long time.
Yeah.
Showing my age.
Had you done any dancing before you went to Ceroc, or was Ceroc your first kind of dancing?
No, I mean dancing since I was about 3 or 4 years old. Started with ballet, and then went into kind of stage dancing and group dancing, that sort of stuff. And then I moved to England. Then I had quite a few years of break of nothing really, because there was just, I didn't know where I can go. I didn't speak English. I didn't have enough friends or any circle of people to go with, so it makes it kind of like a bit more scary, shy thing to go and think, oh, I'm only 20, 21, and there's no one to go with. It's scary. I did see some salsa and that kind of things in the paper, but there was no adverts for Ceroc in newspapers, in local papers. I couldn't see any at the time, and I didn't even know what it was. Even if it was, I wouldn't have known what it was. So yeah, I had a few years break and then back into it again. So yeah, dancing has been around in my life pretty much all my life.
And what about you, Emma? How did it go for you?
So I always really loved dancing. I snuck into my first nightclub when I was 14.
Oh.
And I remember looking at the dance floor and going, oh my goodness, people just dance. And I was just like, this whole world open to me, but obviously I couldn't go because I was underage. So I started doing like street dance classes and basically anything I could get my hands on, as money would allow, because it was a cost thing. And I was at Auckland University, and I was lining up for my hip hop class, street class, and I was a bit early because it was kind of in the late 80s, early 90s, when hip hop street and stuff was all in. And I looked through the glass bit of a door and I could see Ceroc, I could see partner dancing, and I was like, oh, what's that? So the thing I had to get over was the personal space thing.
Yeah.
Like to dance with somebody that close, I just found that really awkward, and I felt that I went to bits a bit, and I couldn't focus on the dancing because the space thing was the issue. But once I got over that was fab. Then I went down to study in Dunedin. That's kind of South Island in New Zealand, and there was no Ceroc. So me and this guy Paul, we just started something. We called it Ceroc, and we taught moves that we just kind of made up because we didn't know much, so and we made it free, and all our student friends came along, and we used to say,
Excellent. I love that. If there's nothing there, create it.
Yeah. I don't know how many sprained shoulders there were or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was just a laugh to do as a student. So yeah, it's great.
Oh my god.
Free
Nothing
with
like
a
public
disclaimer.
liability. No.
Yeah, with a disclaimer. Yeah.
So obviously there's Ceroc where you come from. Is there Ceroc in Budapest or at all?
So there was. Well, there wasn't when I came over. Obviously, it came in '96, and there was nothing like it. And about 8 years ago, maybe 7, there was some people obviously from Hungary, and there's a lady called Zsófi, and she lived here for a few months, and she came across Ceroc, and obviously she's done some ballroom and other things in Hungary. Hungary is more like a ballroom or salsa or other kind of things that are done in a certain way. They have got like proper dance schools that you go to, and they are run only in the school terms, much like France, I guess. Or any other kind of continental. So it's not like throughout the year you go in the semesters, terms, and then the summer is shut usually because it's just so hot in there, I guess. So anyway, Tim Sand then put me in touch with this Hungarian lady saying that she's really interested and she wants to start up Ceroc Hungary. And so we met up and we became really good friends. We're still really good friends. And her husband, them too, they went through the training and helped them train as well. And then helped them kind of do the course and pass the test. And then we went through some of the big PR thing in Hungary. So I went over there teaching workshops and whatever. It was ever so weird to teach in Hungarian because I learned everything in English.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just had the words, the usual keywords. So in the end, I ended up calling the names of the moves as they are in English because it's just like you can't. I mean, to describe even, you can say anti-clockwise turn in English like that. It takes me about that long a sentence to describe. There is no anti-clockwise turn.
That way.
You have to describe it, and you're going round and around in a clockwise. You know what I mean? It's just nightmare. So it takes twice as long to teach a class in Hungarian. Plus, because I don't speak Hungarian all that much these days, it was hard work. But sadly, they don't do it anymore because I don't know. It just didn't take off as well.
Yeah.
And because the same idea that they're used to having semesters and whatever else and terms, so they couldn't really. They did it for a few years, and it's now at the moment dormant. I don't think it's died, doesn't completely disappeared, but there isn't class or anything freestyle-wise. So.
Cool. But do you guys remember when you actually started, when you actually qualified? Do you remember those the time and the place?
Oh,
Emma?
I remember as well.
Yeah, go on, Veronika.
Whoever's first, I don't mind. Ladies first.
My trainers was Saffron, if you know her. She was one of the trainers that was back then. So I qualified in 2004, first time around. And I've literally just injured myself really badly beforehand and torn my ligament in my knees, and I didn't even know. So I went through the training without having had operation or anything like that. Managed it, so it's okay, managed it through. And Richard Oliver, he was the one that was teaching us how to actually deliver the class. So back then, it was a 6-day course. Yeah. You were there for 5 days, and on the 6th day, you then did the exam. And he was the examiner as well as the 5th day. He was there to kind of teach us how to deliver the actual kind of a class format. Yeah. And to this day, I remember him, and he's my namesake, obviously, Oliver Oliver, right? But he was absolutely laughing his head off when I turned up on the Saturday wearing a tight corset, even back then, right? Thinking, look, the bee's knees, I look great.
Changed then.
Great. Except he was laughing because I was like, out of breath all the time. And I was because I had to talk. I was excited. I was teaching, moving around, plus talking. And oh my God, yeah, it was. He still has a story, apparently. He still finds it funny.
Well, there you go. There you go. I bet yours was pretty boring compared to that one, Emma.
So I actually qualified as a teacher over in New Zealand. So I did the training with a franchisee, a franchise owner who was starting something up in the lower part of Lower Hutt in Wellington, and they didn't have a teacher. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. So I had to go along, but there was none of this learning the guys bit. Like you could teach as the woman, like just as you would in the class, you'd teach from one's point of view, but you'd teach both. Yeah. So we did basic moves and that kind of thing. But the funniest thing before I left to come over here from New Zealand, which is about 12 years ago now, I found that they were videoing me, and I was thinking that's really odd. I mean, maybe they're just whatever. And then the following week, I came to the class, and I was just like, listening as my exact phrases were coming out of somebody else's mouth. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, no, you need to find your own style. You can't copy somebody else's pattern. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, oh, but the people we were teaching aerials to and stuff over in New Zealand are just amazing now. They're just like, they've gone, we've gone over and we're like, yeah, we're still kind of on the same level. Yeah. But over here,
you want your students to surpass you. That's the ultimate goal, is that they end up better than you.
Very funny. But over here, it was so funny. So I tried for ages to get teaching, whatever, and I finally got the green light to do the kind of quick weekend refresher course thing, whatever. But I had to go for an interview with Tim Sant at Pimlico in London, and I was like completely bricking it. And the worst thing was I'd had sugar in the car on the way there, and I don't eat much sugar. And so just like Veronika, when you're like nervous enough, like, up in another level. And so I like knew he wanted to talk to me and stuff, and I was like, I don't know any of the beginner moves as from the guy's point of view. What if he asked me to lead and he's follow? So anyway, I had one dance with him, and I was trying to dance as best I could or whatever. He goes, yep, great, okay, I'll email you thing, and just walked off. And I was like, what? And I beginner moves and trying to think, and I was just like, what? So then I actually went and I stayed with Dan and Miranda Hewitt Green. Yeah, so I stayed with them, and we did a weekend thing, and I remember twice in a row, okay, not once, but twice in a row, I was asked to teach the spot turn, and I taught the Ceroc turn. Nice. And I taught it as the spot turn. And I just and he was very good about it. He was going, okay, so is that the spot turn or the Ceroc turn? I was like, it's the Ceroc turn. I thought I'd failed, but he was like, no, you'll be fine. So, but yeah.
Fantastic.
That's good.
Well, basically, I think we should take a break there.
Yeah.
It's a natural point to have a break. But we will come back in part 2, where we will obviously, no doubt, get a lot more information, a lot more stuff. So I'm off to get a beer. It's been an absolute joy. We will see you in part 2. Bye.
And we're back.
So there you go. So that was part 1 of our heavily edited interview with Emma and Veronika. It was really lovely connecting with you two ladies. It's two lovely ladies I've known for quite a long time, and we've all covered each other's classes. So that's a very incestuous relationship. I actually felt very, very sorry for Pete during that interview, because we were the three of us were wittering on, and Pete was sort of sat there going.
Yeah, pretty much.
They hardly got a word in edgeways, which is very unlike Pete. It was a good job we gave you the questions to ask, otherwise you might not have said anything for the whole hour.
Gail's just reminded me, completely forgot to mention at the top of the day, personally, is the
So Drinking game.
The So Drinking game. But I'm sure you all know about it now.
I think most people know about the drinking game by now.
You don't need...
If you haven't watched the show before, Pete has a bad habit of saying "so" every 5 seconds. So the idea, I've just done it now. The idea being that if he does that, then you get to have a swig.
Yeah,
there we are.
Yeah, completely forgot all about those. So yeah. Right then, it's teaser time.
All right. Okay. So this week's anagram is campus choc. There you go, campus choc. I quite fancy having some campus choc. That sounds rather tasty to me. If you work out the anagram, don't post it yet in the comments. You can post "got it" or "I've done it," something along those lines. But don't post your answer to give everybody else a chance to have a little go at getting the anagram themselves. And later on, when we answer, we'll have a bit of a race to see who can post it first. So there we go. So that's your anagram for this week. As always, it is dance related.
Yeah.
All right. No clues.
I'll give you a clue. It's not a move.
Oh, you are gonna. Oh, you have given them a clue.
Yeah, so
there we go. So it's not a move.
It's not a move.
Not a move. Oh, you should have told them, Pete. You should have told them that. Make it hard. Make it harder.
Yeah, we will make it harder next time. Right. It's going to be time for our class.
Yeah. So we've done a few discussions off air with various people. We've been umming and ahhing as to what to do regarding the classes. We are aware that there are quite a few of you at home without partners. So we showed the couples classes for several weeks running, and then we had a little bit of feedback that there are people that don't obviously have partners. So then we took the classes away and just showed you a snippet, and now we've got people saying, well, we wish the classes, we want the classes back. So we've done a bit of a halfway house. We've recorded a short version of the class that we'll show you now, and then we've recorded the full version of the class that we'll post onto the page. So if you haven't got a partner, you've only got to sit through a few minutes of class, and if you do have a partner and you want to have a little go at it and go into more detail, then you can have a little go later on. If you don't get it during the short class, you can go and do the full version on the page and make sure that you've got all the details, and you can rewind it and do it again if you need to.
Absolutely.
All right. So here we go. Have you got our mini
Enjoy.
class? There we go. Bridged version. our intermediate class for this week. This is a shortened version for the live show. If you want to do the full version, it'll be available on the Ceroc Plus group and the Ceroc Plus Fleet page afterwards, so you can rewind and go back over things at your leisure. So we're going to start right hand to right hand with our travelling Ceroc spin. So stepping back off the slot, clearing the pathway for the ladies. Ladies are going to walk past the guys. Guys, you're pulling on the right hand. Left hand goes onto the lady's arm and then you let go with the right hand. Pull back on the lady's arm to spin her as she travels to the end of the slot. Now you're going to cross the slot, following the ladies, placing your right hand onto the lady's nearest shoulder. So taking a step forwards, guys, to allow the ladies to land and take that step back. From here, you're going to pull back on the lady's shoulder to release the ladies. The ladies are traveling down the slot, offering guys left to ladies right as you come out of the move. So we'll do that one more time. So right hand to right hand. So we're stepping back off the slot, clearing the pathway for the ladies. Pull with the right, prepare on the lady's arm with the left, letting go with the right hand. So ladies are traveling as they spin. Guys, you're stepping across the slot, following the ladies, placing your right hand onto the lady's arm and taking a big step forwards to allow the ladies to step back. So guys, you've got quite a lot of traveling to do in a short space of time with this move. So no lazy feet. All right, from here, pull back on the lady's shoulder so she comes back down the slot, and we're offering guys left, ladies right to come out of the move. Okay, so the next move we've got is a neck break. So it's guys left, ladies right. We're going to step back and signal up at shoulder height like you would for a beginner's short neck break. Stepping in side by side, hip to hip, left hand at the shoulder, right arm in front of the ladies. You're going to transfer the lady's hand from the left hand to the right hand and both step back on the right foot. So to here, it's exactly the same as a beginner's short neck break. From here, guys, you're going to nudge the lady in front of you and then pull and raise the hand to turn the lady 1.5 times. And if she travels, you might need to walk with her. Then lower the hand and step back. Stepping in to return the ladies anti-clockwise. Lower the hand and step back again to finish the move. So there we go. So guys left, ladies right. Let's do it again. Step back and signal for the neck break. Stepping in side by side. Transfer the hand and step back. Use the arm around the shoulders to nudge the lady in front of you. Pull and raise the hand to turn the ladies 1.5 times, lowering the hand and stepping back. We're going to step in to return the ladies, lower the hand and step back. Fabulous. Okay, the third move in our routine is a sway switch. So it's right hand to right hand. Give a little nudge and step back. So pulling with the right hand, twisting the wrist and doing a little C shape at waist level out to the side to wrap the lady in side by side, hip to hip with our partner. Ladies, you want to offer your spare hand. It's a good habit to get into. You might need it for other moves. It's a good habit to get into. Guys, you don't want the hand this time. You're going to place your spare hand onto the lady's nearest shoulder instead. And we're going to sway back both of us on the right foot. Okay, from here, guys, you're using both hands to nudge the lady in front of you, one behind the other, bus cue position. Why you'd have your hands on their shoulders and the hips, I have no idea, but you might have. So we want to pull back with equal pressure on the lady's shoulder and hip. So if you pull back more with one than the other, it makes the ladies rotate, which we don't want. If you pull back with equal pressure, she travels directly backwards. Guys need to step out of the lady's way, step into the right, letting go with both hands, and we're sliding down to catch guys left, ladies right at the end of the move. Okay, let's try that again. So we're right hand to right hand, stepping back, twist the wrist out to the side, wrapping the lady in, and we're going to sway back, both of us on the right foot. Guys, placing your spare hand onto the lady's nearest shoulder. We're going to nudge the lady in front of you, stepping behind the ladies as you do so. So guys, you need to get out the lady's way as she's stepping back, pulling back with equal pressure. We're letting go and sliding down to catch guys left, ladies right. Then you can step back in front of the ladies as Pete's done at the end of the routine. Okay, so let's do all three moves now. So we're right hand to right hand for our Ceroc spin on the shoulder. So we're stepping back off the slot, clearing the pathway. As the ladies come forward, hand onto the arm. Ladies are traveling as they spin. Guys, walk all the way across. Follow the ladies, hand onto the shoulder. Pull back, and release, offering the hand and signalling straight away for the neck break. Stepping in side by side, transfer the hand and step back on the right foot. Good, we're going to nudge the lady in front, pull and raise to turn the lady 1.5 times, walk with her as she travels, and step in to return, ready for our sway switch. Here we go, so we're wrapping in at waist level, swaying back on the right front. Guys, place your spare hand onto the lady's nearest shoulder. We nudge the lady in front, one behind the other. Guys, moving out the lady's way, pulling back with equal pressure to release the lady, sliding down, catching guy's left, lady's right. Fantastic. Good. Okay, let's try that to music. Oh. The travelling Ceroc spin, crossing the slot, onto the shoulder, offer for the neck break, transfer and step back, turn the lady out, step in for the return, wrapping in for the sway switch, nudge the lady in front, out the way, sliding down to catch guy's left and lady's right. Funky little wiggles at the end. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed that. Have a little go at that at home. There's the longer version available if you want it. Take care and we'll see you next time. Bye. And there you go, there's your mini class. So I hope you've had a little go at that if you've got a partner, and if you haven't, hope that hasn't been too boring for you to sit there for 5 minutes.
Of course.
So if you do want to have a go, we will put the full class on the Facebook page later, but it's not up there at the moment. We'll do it later after the show.
It's going to be interesting in a couple of weeks because I've got to do that live.
Yeah.
We were just chatting whilst that was playing, and I had a couple of moments of realisation because we've done some testing, and then I thought, well, actually, I've got to do this as well, and I've got to do that, and I'm like,
And we are going to be flying by the seat of our pants that Saturday night.
Yeah.
I'm part of me is really looking forward to the challenge of it, and part of me is thinking I'm going to have some sleepless nights about this. I know I am.
You're going to have some sleepless nights. I'm trying to work out, like when we do the routines now, when we put them up on afterwards for you guys to have in your own time. I'm trying to work out how I'm going to do that in a live show. Because I won't be able to edit it nicely. It'll just be take a chunk out of the live show, or I'll just say go to this point in the live show. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got Feature Teacher Part 2 coming up, but before we do, let's give you a quick recap of the fun facts. So, Veronika owns a collection of James Brown memorabilia, has danced on the Empire State Building, was a private tutor at the age of 13. Which do you think it's going to be?
Okay, so here's Emma's. So which one is true and which two are big blatant fibs? So was Emma a kids' TV presenter? Has she danced on top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge? Or does she own 17 copies of Cooking with Jamie Oliver? There you go. Place your bets now.
Yeah, placing bets is us.
What are you giggling at? Tune in on Saturdays here. Pete really tests his life skills. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Heidi came down, just so you know, Heidi came down earlier as we go in the show, and she goes, "You got a face like a wet weekend on here." And I'm like, what? And it's because the headphones didn't stop working for some reason, and I was confused.
You're concentrating like crazy now, is it?
Yeah. So I was very like, oh my god.
Serious concentrating face. We're not used to seeing Pete serious.
No.
Doesn't happen very often.
Nobody ever sees me serious. Oh crikey, let's. I'm just going to very quickly go through a few of these.
Yeah, there's quite a few guesses coming in now for the fun facts.
Yeah.
There's lots of A's coming in.
Lots of A's. What's that? Emma would be a superb kids TV presenter. Yeah, she probably was.
Yeah,
right.
I think you're right.
So keep guessing, because it's now time to see if you were right. And always, you get a fabulous prize at the end of it of absolutely nothing. Just the honour and the privilege of knowing that you were right.
You were right.
And we're back. Welcome to part 2 of our feature teacher. So there you go. Anyway, so what was I going to ask next? Yes, because obviously you're our international teachers and things, but we discovered you both have some specialities. I know Emma very briefly touched on it a moment ago. So Emma and G, I assume it's been Emma and G the entire time.
It has been, or M and G, or G and M.
G and M.
Single letters. Just
G,
makes it easy.
G and M,
Yeah, G for David. Yeah.
Gem.
Yeah.
And obviously Veronica. So of course with Emma it's the aerials, and with Veronica it's the. I want to say no. I'm not going to say a naughty word. It's the burlesque.
I don't even want to know what those are.
Yeah, something else came to mind, but I thought family show. So, ladies, would you like to expand on your knowledge and history of how you became specialised in those particular areas?
Yes, well, I think it first started when I met G, and I made it very clear that I would never marry anyone who couldn't dance. And he had
Who knows what she wants?
he had not danced at all. Like his mum had written him notes so we didn't have to do country line dancing or whatever at school. You know, when you gotta hold the hand. Nothing. So when he started coming along to Ceroc, I was like, okay, that's good. Good A for effort kind of thing. And then actually he's quite a good height for me because I'm a little bit taller than what you'd like a 40 kilogram small soaking wet thing you can throw around your head if you're going to do aerials properly. And he is kind of, he likes dancing fast with momentum, and I really like that as well. So yeah, no health and safety in New Zealand. I mean, it's less. Because we were back there a few years ago now, and we did a ballroom drop in the intermediate class. You know, it's just like that. You just do moves. And so we were in a cabaret, and obviously with the franchise I was in, we did aerials and learnt some really fun stuff and learnt the principles of them, and that's how we really like it. So we've kind of toned it down to baby aerials. And I have to remind myself, if you're doing baby aerials, about that personal space thing, which isn't so much of an issue for me anymore. But actually, if you are going to do baby aerials or something, you do need to get really up close and personal. So you kind of need to know that before you do the class. But yeah, I love anything with momentum, speed and height.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have all three.
Hey! Drop it, Mike.
I'm out of here. I could probably say the same for Veronica's. What Veronica's going to say about burlesque now, I'm sure. So.
Right, okay, so here I go. Well, burlesque I started probably about 6 or maybe 8 years ago. It's something I've always liked because I quite liked the dressing up, the 40s, 50s stuff for a very long time now. And this kind of gone with it, right? And I managed to find by chance a burlesque class. Back then I lived near a kind of Hampton and Twickenham way. So they had a Twickenham class there, and I started going. And the first time that I arrived, I was like, this is so for me. Yes, please. Any excuse to expand my clothes and whatever range. So I've got now like well over 20 corsets and whatever else you want to go. And then I've offered up to Ceroc. Actually, funnily enough, Ceroc one weekend at Canberra, they did bring in a specialist burlesque teacher lady, and she did teach a choreography routine as like the performance class. And I think that was back in 2010, maybe a bit later. So this was before I even started burlesque myself. Yeah. And she did it, and I've performed in that and absolutely loved it. But the difference is that she actually did take the role. There was the patties on, I think that's all it was. I think at the time, people weren't quite ready for that kind of, woohoo, good on the girls. So some couple of 3 years later, when I did take up burlesque, I did offer this to Ceroc, and there was no take. There was just no interest, or at the time the head office said, no, we don't want it. Even though I said, look, I don't do the taking stuff. And then winding a few years, 3 years ago I went to Metfest. And by then I really, really loved burlesque, and I thought this could be something I can offer up as a freebie. I was there as a punter, I wasn't there to teach. But I wanted to do something just to make it a bit more fun. And so I've contacted Tim and said to him, look, you know, I'm not on teachers kind of a listing, but how about if I do a burlesque class? Would you let me do it? And he said, yeah, that'd be really great. It's like, okay, brilliant. So I put it up on Facebook as an event to try and create a bit of buzz. And I was on a WhatsApp group with some people already from MetFest. And one of the guys took a screenshot of it and put it on the WhatsApp group and said, well, what about boys? Why can't we have a go? I was like, oh, hey, I go again. And said, how about burlesque as well? Because I know it exists, or not often, but I have seen guys performing it.
Yeah.
And Tim was like, yes, let's do it. And I think because the mentality and the way people look at things these days, it's changed a lot. We're a lot more relaxed and accepting. So, of course, it went to absolute wildfire first time I did it at MetFest. And I've had so many people. I had to run the class again for those who missed out. And they couldn't make it. So I could teach it to the guys and the girls. And the guys actually blew out the water. I mean, I'm just saying, the guys put effort in and the girls did at the time. And what I did is I lined them up side by side to have a dance off. I was in the middle. And, yeah, it was an absolute hoot. And so we did it again the year after, and then by then it kind of caught on and went up to Mike Kellard, and he said, well, why don't we have you for the weekenders? And I was like, yes!
Brilliant. Well, there go again. I've done the burlesque, not with you personally, but I have been involved.
Well,
I have done it. I have been there.
Not good enough.
Yeah, well, I'll have to come and do your class as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill Henderson and Guy Liner. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is one of my absolute outlets. Absolutely love choreographing for burlesque. So it's such a good fun. And I find it really easy. Well, if I'm in the right mindset. You have the right music and kind of in that zone, and up you get, and it happens like that.
So the question is, again, to you both, ladies, what is it you do when you're not doing Ceroc? So a little bit about yourselves outside of Ceroc. That's what we're after.
Okay, yep. So I'm actually a pharmacist in education. So I do teaching. I'm more of a teacher than I ever was a pharmacist. I don't quite fit the pharmacist mold. A lot of people think I take drugs rather than give them out. I have had that before. It was like, when I saw your hair color, I thought you were taking drugs. I'm like, thanks. But I really enjoy teaching, and I actually did a Masters of Education in taking face-to-face workshops online. So I have never been busier. Just like got work being thrown at me at the moment. So that's kind of like. And then, of course, I've got one son who is going off to uni, hopefully, if they're open. And then we've got 3 doing school at home. So that's a bit of a challenge. And I also volunteer at a performing arts charity for kids. So I'm doing that online. So we're having people chop down the trees outside our house. And I was prancing around our space. I do dancing with, getting the kids to all sing and do a dance or whatever. Don't know what the neighbours think. And I don't know whether you can see, but I've painted a chest of drawers.
Oh, cool.
Wow, they're amazing.
Wow.
That's phenomenal. I want you to come and see the whole house.
Basically,
how did you do that?
G bought me a really boring black chest of drawers like his, and I was like, no. So then I took the IKEA ones and stripped them back. But it's going to be the corner of the wall next, because I'm just like, I'm going nuts. I need to do something else creative. So watch this space.
Wow. Awesome.
Did you come up with that picture yourself, though? Did you just go, I just doodle on it? And I
got the general. I wasn't brave enough. So I did this kind of like, how do I do clouds? How do I do stuff? So I did all the bits because, I was like, I just need to make sure this works. And then I kind of spent, used the techniques and stuff, and then just,
That's phenomenal. Really, really lovely.
Yes, Veronika. So what is it you do when you're not doing Ceroc?
Right, so I am in full-time work. I'm an IT consultant, business process consultant. Used to do project management, but I've been an IT geek all my life. Well, since I left college, more or less. So yeah, I've been busy as well, not stopped working. I've been working from home anyway most of the time before the lockdown happened, so there's not much new to me. In terms of other things I do, yes, I had to think about this one, but I love doing lots of makeup, and it's not just the pretty things. I like doing scary stuff as well.
You're really good at it. Some of your Facebook pictures are amazing.
So yeah, one year I decided to do a Terminator one, and I thought I'd do that. So it took me an hour and a half to put a Terminator kind of a face thing on, and it's all face painting and faff, and it was so much that eventually my eyes was bloodshot red because of all the pain. So it was actually worked out really well.
Get the red eye.
Spot on, as it say. But I also love all the dressing up. So probably people ask me like, how much clothes you must have, and I won't lie, I do have a special separate cupboard with drawers and things that's full of dressing up gear. I've got everything. Yeah. I mean,
amazing.
Everything. It's very rare I need to buy something extra. I'm one way that I can repurpose things and just, throw something else in and make it look a bit different. But I absolutely love doing that sort of stuff to dress up, any excuse for that. But yeah, lately I've been doing gardening because thought, digging for victory. So I've done gardening. Yeah.
Don't you bake as well though, Veronika?
Yes,
don't you cook?
I love baking. But I've been baking since I was 12. It's something I really love doing. So now I can get myself into things like hominy pie. Do you know what that is?
No.
Right, so VE Day was my perfect thing because we did our Ceroc thing that day as well, specifically. And I thought, dressing up 40s, yes, please. So yeah, of course, did the hair, did the makeup, got the nice dress, and yes, I've looked up some food. Or what sort of food did they eat on the VE Day? What sort of things would they have had?
Spam.
So I found some pies. Okay, hominy pie was probably one of them, and that's got potatoes. I think cream and eggs and cheese. I mean, probably wouldn't have had cream and maybe a little bit of not much of an egg either, but it was quite a basic pie. It was really thick, crusty. I'm telling you already. It was really tasty.
Loading.
So good. Yeah. And I came up with also, because I found some wild garlic. I've discovered a couple of years ago, and I was like, I really want to pick some, but there's nothing around this area. And of course, with lockdown, there's no chance. So I've posted up onto the local Facebook group to the little village to say who knows if there's any wild garlic anywhere, and someone said, I've got loads in the back of my garden, so I'll give you some. And I thought she'd just snip me a few leaves. She dug up, I'm not kidding, like a massive bag full. Yeah. So I've now got it outside in the bucket, so I'm made with these wild garlic and cheese scones. I'm telling you guys, it's the thing. Lots of cooking, lots of baking here. I'm making my own yogurt now. I've got a yogurt maker, so just chuck milk and sort it out and have that. So
into everything.
Yep.
Oh, hello.
Oh. She's been outside my door and she was like, Chloe, to come in today.
What's her name?
Sorry, girls. I think that's my favourite guest so far.
She's
I know my place.
Get licked to death before anything,
Yeah.
Aww.
So cute. Teddy bear.
Yeah. Okay, right. It's that time of the night. Haven't said at the beginning of the show because I completely forgot to say, don't forget at the end of the interview, our ladies will reveal their fun fact. Yes, we completely forgot when we were starting the interview to mention that, but hey, we've been doing it for so long, you know what's going to happen. But before we do that, as always, we're going to do our quick fire round. Now, this should be quicker than usual. Because that's what we want. It's called quick fire. We're going to try and make it quick fire. I'm going to start first, and I'm going to ask Veronika, and then I'm going to ask Emma, and then obviously Jules will ask Veronika and Emma and so forth. So are you ready, ladies, for your quick fire round?
Yes.
Fingers crossed it's quick fire this week. So here we go. Silk or Ceroc?
Silk.
Are you asking?
Veronika.
Silk.
Emma.
Ceroc.
Okay.
Auckland or Budapest?
Auckland.
Budapest.
That was an easy one.
Of course.
Easy one. Fireball or Dance Monkey?
Fireball.
Fireball.
Go, girl. Put it here.
This is going to start a fight. Shalford or Mitchett?
Shalford. No.
Absolutely, Mitchett.
Absolutely. Okay. Dance with a stranger or fixed partner?
Ooh.
I'm thinking. If you've got an answer, go for it.
Dance with a stranger.
Dance with a Stranger.
I'd go with Dance with a Stranger as well.
Dance with a
All
Stranger.
right. Okay, and your last one, Canberra or Southport?
Canberra.
Canberra.
Wow.
That was quick. There was no,
Awesome.
no
Quickest.
thinking about that. Like Canberra. Yep, Canberra.
It took like 7 hours to get there.
Yeah, it's always the tricky one. It's always the tricky one. But you guys, right? No, we're going to Canberra. Simple as. So, so have a drink. It's that time of the interview. Sadly, we're almost at an end. But before we go, and we'd like to express our thanks and love to you ladies for coming on the show. Thank you so much. It's been absolutely joyful. We've had a good old chinwag. I kid you not. We thought Mark Kerr's interview was long, but that was due to technical issues. But trust me, I know how long this has taken. Just pure interview. So before we go,
Second day now.
yeah. Before we go, the lovely ladies are going to reveal their fun facts. So I'm going to come to Veronika first. Veronika, please, will you kindly reveal your fun fact?
So I became a tutor in Russian language when I was 13 years old for an older classmate or younger classmate who failed a year.
Cool.
So that's my fact.
And Emma?
And my fun fact was that I recorded 10 weeks of a kids' TV program, but it never went to air.
Aww. But well done, you. Well, there we go. Lovely. There was a couple of other fun facts that we can't mention. One of them was just awesome.
Ladies,
Yeah. Maybe in the outtakes bloopers section in weeks to come, it might come up. Let's see. I was sat here thinking, literally, go on, say it, and she didn't. She came out with the other one instead. Go on. Because they both offered 2 or 3 fun facts, and I was like, well, just go with whatever. So I was sat there and one was going, go on. Again, ladies, it's been an absolutely joy and a pleasure to have you with us this week. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Lots of love to you both, your other halves, your families, and all that. So take care. Anything else you want to add to the end of this, Jules, before we go?
Nothing. It's just been absolutely lovely to see you girls again. It's been far too long.
Thank you so much for asking. It's great
Have you
fun.
Brilliant. Okay.
Thank you, ladies. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye. Okay.
Well, we survived.
I had so much fun with that interview. Want to do it again?
We survived. And there was a comment I missed a lot earlier on, and it's from Heidi, but for Isabel. Yes, we're having. It's made its way up the list, Isabel. The flash mob we are doing this weekend. I guarantee we shall be doing it. You will get it.
If there's anybody else out there who hasn't had a go at that, Isabel's doing the flash mob. We talked to you about that a couple of weeks ago, I think. If you want to have a go at that, the instructions are on the Dance in Your Pants site. Send your videos to Isabel or Tim Sant, and they'll sort out for you to join in with the global flash mob. Get involved. We have. Should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what we got coming up next, Pete? We think we've got the teaser answer, haven't we?
Time for
Teaser
the
time.
teaser.
All right. So, those of you who are eagle-eyed might have spotted somebody posted the answer in the comments. We're going to assume that none of you saw that, and we're going to have a race to the answer. Are we ready? So, if you've got the answer, post it in the comments now. We'll see who gets there first. So your teaser or anagram was Campers Choc, which I think sounds rather tasty. Let's have a little look and see if anybody's got that yet. Anybody got it? Oh,
cool.
Who's got it? Somebody's got it. Oh, can't see that one, Pete. It's hidden behind me. There we go. So Bob Fryer, there we go. You've won our race to the caption answer. So Ceroc Champs is the answer to this week's teaser. There we are. Pete's put the answer up, big screen. So there we go. Congratulations to everybody who got that one.
No problem at all. So back to
All
us.
right.
Now, what's going to happen now is I'm going to press a button and it's going to go right in the middle of us. So I'm just going to relocate it.
Yeah.
I knew that would happen.
About, didn't it, Pete?
Yeah. Oh no, I know. Now I see everyone's shouting Ceroc Champs. Oh, Everyone's shouting Ceroc champs
A lot
now.
of people got it this week. I think I made that a little bit too easy.
Yeah.
Might have to make a fiendishly difficult one next week.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we have our lovely Lisa back. Somewhat reluctantly, she's a little bit camera shy, so we've had to do a bit of arm twisting to persuade her to do this next section.
Hello,
Bless you.
Lisa.
Hello, Lisa.
Oh, she's on a drink. Nice to see.
Are you on the vodka?
Mm-hmm.
Such courage.
Oh, this is bad.
So
When we do Saturday Night Live, I so want people to either come on Skype or Zoom, however you decide to do it.
Yeah.
I really want other people to find their big girl pants and join me.
You want safety in numbers, don't you, darling?
Yeah. Champagne.
yeah. Well, we're really fortunate Lisa's come on because this live session is going to be entertaining. The idea was we're running this feature. We did it last week with Tim and Heather, who came on live. So we found a couple of guinea pigs who are offered to come on live again this week, and Lisa's going to interview them. So hopefully this will all go to plan. And hopefully you'll be able to join in. And we've changed the format a little bit. So hope you enjoy. I'm going to hand you over to Lisa, who's now going to take charge of this special Ceroc Liberty.
Hey. Right, me, who's going to disappear up my own bottom in fear and hope this all works. Okay, right. Pete has just put the questions on the screen for you. So to make it a bit easier and to stop this whole question wait, you've got all the questions. The answer to every question is either Pete or Jules. And Pete's corrected the typo, so it no longer says killing Tim. And
See, I'm good.
When I saw this earlier.
Oh.
So the answer is either Pete or Jules. So much like you were doing earlier, if your answer to question 1 was Pete, you could put 1P. Question 2, if it was Jules, if you think it's Jules, then 2J, and so on and so forth. So you can start guessing as soon as you want to. And as soon as we get some guesses on the first question, I'm going to start talking for...
That's okay. We're still going to talk to you. Don't worry. We're still here.
Do you want to read out the questions in case they can't read it? Because it's black writing and it's fairly small, so they might not be able to read it.
No, I'm about to. I'm going to. I promise.
I'm just so excited to be a guest on the show.
I know. We've made it, Pete. We're guests on our own show.
We're guests on our own show. It's taken long enough.
Poor Elise got her head in her hands.
Yeah.
So now they're going to break me. I can feel.
Shut up, you two. Let me talk.
You two. Question 1. Who wrote and directed the stage show Killing Time? Do you think that was Pete or do you think that was Jules? Question 2. Who is a big fan of karaoke? Is that Pete or is that Jules? Question 3. Who got married wearing red shoes? Question 4. Who has known me the longest? And question 5. Who sang on stage in a production of Wild Wild Women? I know which I'd guess for that one, but anyway, I'm saying nothing. There are no prizes for this. There's just the sense of satisfaction of getting them right, or utter desperation of getting them wrong. Hopefully you get them right. I know I always guess these things wrong, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. How are we doing? Guys, I can't see the answers very clearly. So, Pete...
That's because we're going to give you the answers.
We're going to give you the answers.
So there are thousands
coming in. I'm loving this. We've got
there are
loads of guesses coming in.
Put the guesses up for me.
You'll have to keep,
we can put guesses up.
Everybody take a tally and see how many you get right, and we'll see who amongst you knows us better.
Right, see how you do it then. That sounds like a plan, Stan. Right, so question 1. Who wrote and directed the stage show Killing Time? Was it Pete or was it Jules? Go on, step forward.
Me.
It was you.
Quite a few of you don't know this, but my background was hugely in theatre. I did theatre long before I did any dancing. So that was me. So that was a bit of a red herring because most of you think of Pete as being the thespian amongst us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's also my background.
Yes. Ha ha ha. Right. Question 2. So, who's a big fan of karaoke? So,
Me. But usually, to
Can
be
I-
fair, I like my karaoke when I've had lots and lots and lots of this. But I do
So-
it. But this is because I was, as you most of you know, I'm a DJ. So and I've been DJing weddings, birthdays, parties, karaoke forever and a day. So I do love a bit of karaoke. Usually
can't
when I've
stand
had
it.
a few.
I was about to say,
I absolutely hate karaoke. although I sing professionally, I hate going to karaoke. Don't mind other people doing it, but I hate being asked to get up for karaoke.
bizarrely, I've never been to a karaoke.
Really?
No. I can see a
Think
crew
Pete,
night coming
he
up.
might take you.
Okay. Question
Actually,
3.
we could do a Zoom. We could do a Zoom night, karaoke
Oh,
Zoom
God.
night. I can do that.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
God! I think I'm washing my hair that night.
So am I.
Karaoke going. It's all right. Question 3. Who got married in red shoes? Now, have we got any guesses on that?
Well,
I think
a lot
this
of people are
is
guessing I am. From what I've
Pete,
seen,
right?
yeah, lots of what we're looking at. Number 3. I got lots of 3
Number
Ps.
3. I
Yeah,
can
3
see
P.
some that said Pete, some that have said me.
Yeah.
So it's a mixture.
Let's
Yeah.
be honest. It could have been either of you.
Could have been.
It could have been both of you. Could have been
Could have
none
been.
of you. Go on, who was it?
Me.
It was Jules.
I had sparkly red flip flops on.
Sorry, flip flops.
Yep, sparkly red flip flops.
Even I didn't know that, and we just did the questions.
I know you didn't. I didn't know you when I got married.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I had a bit of a thing. My mum knows that I tend to veer towards being a little untraditional. So I think she was trying to steer me away from
Yes.
from doing anything too outlandish. She kept sending me these pictures of all these gothic wedding dresses, and they were all black and all this kind of thing. So I went for something rather traditional. And then right at the last minute, I thought this was far too traditional for me, and I opted for sparkly red flip-flops at the bottom of it. So there you go. If you look closely at any of my wedding photos, you'll see sparkly red flip-flops.
Is that you that's
They
posted
weren't
that,
red
Lisa?
Crocs. Somebody's asked if they're red Crocs. No,
Well-
I'm not the Crocs girl.
Well, it's got to be one of. It's only me or Lisa. I think it's Lisa because it wasn't me.
Hey.
Who is
Oh.
commenting?
Oh,
Please.
we've got 2 other editors on the group.
Oh, right,
okay.
okay.
I recommend.
We don't know who that is. That's one of our random crew
I thought it
members.
was one of you, Pay, and I thought, why are you doing that? Okay,
Could be anyone. Could be anybody.
could be anyone.
I use getting married as an excuse to buy a new pair of dance shoes. I spent the entire day walking around so gingerly, trying not to break the bottoms off them. But, you know, okie dokie. Question 4. Who's known me the longest? And I don't know what the guess is. Isabel said Jules. Kirsty said Pete. And now the comments are all going by really fast, and I can't see a thing.
I can see. Yeah, Kirsty said Pete. Andrew White said Pete. What have we? I've got to scroll back up again.
Yeah.
Dave
I'm
Shilton
posting
said
those I
me.
can find.
Kevin Meager said me.
Yeah,
Veronica said me.
yeah.
I think more people are leaning towards me. Whoever is posing as Ceroc Plus, please said me.
Me.
Who that is. Random crew member.
We found the culprit.
So there's some of you think me and some of you think Pete, but I think most of you got it right and you think me. It was, hands up, it was me. Lisa and I have known each other for a very long time. I don't know how long. Do you know how long it was? I've lost track now.
It's over 10 years. I know,
Way over 10 years, yeah.
probably about 13 or 14 years. And we've been a support network for each other ever since we met Pete.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's amazing what comes out. It takes a live broadcast to discover this like background information. Oh well, you know.
Okie dokie. Question 5.
Question
Who
5.
sang on stage in a production of Wild Wild Women? I think there's only one answer to this. Did anybody guess Jules?
So Isabella guessed Jules. Andrew guessed me.
Whoever's
Kirsty guessed Jules.
said Pete.
Dave guessed me.
Scrolling.
Yeah.
Kevin Meager said me.
Yeah, that's right.
Veronika said me.
Yeah.
Kirsty said me.
So it's 50-50. Based on those that
Madeline
voted, it's
said
50-50.
Pete. Yeah, it looks like it's 50-50.
50-50.
I mean, it's Wild Women, so I think there's only one person it can be. Who is it?
It was me. It was me. Crikey, this is probably. It's going back a bit. Actually, interesting fact: the production of Wild Wild Women was actually directed by Heidi, and I was in it, doing backstage initially, running the show as the stage manager, and then they were a cowboy short. Because it's basically cowboys and the women folk and all that gubbins. And Muggins here had to go in it. And then it's one of those things, you're into it, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that. And there's a song. I'm like, Now, I don't normally do songs in shows, so this is one of my very first. I had to do a duet. Not only did I do a duet, I had to strip during a duet
Have you
on
got
stage.
video evidence of this?
Yeah,
Because we
I had the most
desperately need to see this.
gorgeous bright orange long johns on, so it was entertaining. So yeah.
Heidi, if you've got video evidence or even photographic evidence of this, we need to see this. We need to.
Any second now, someone's going to post, yes, there is video footage and photographic footage, and so if she's fallen asleep, great, then it won't matter. But if she's watching right now, she'll be going like, I'll just get them out. Yeah, maybe they'll come up in the future. Who knows?
So some of you already started posting how many out of 5 you got right.
Cool. Yeah.
So toss up your answers. Post how many of you got right. The most I've seen so far is 4 out of 5. If anybody got 5 out of 5 and can beat that, then let us know.
Oh, well done, Gail.
Winners.
Yeah, there you go. Told you.
Definitely photos. Photos is good. We'll have the photos. I would have loved to have had, audio of Pete singing, but, photos will do.
No, trust me. Unless it's karaoke and I'm very drunk. When you've got to be sober and perform on stage, different kettle of fish. Yeah.
Isabel, 3 out of 5. That's good considering that you don't know us that well.
You've only just met us, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, you must be very transparent.
Very.
They got the measure of us.
I mean, the background certainly is.
Kevin Meager, 1 out of 5. Kevin, come on, you've known us ages.
Yeah. Come on,
Rubbish.
Kev. You're letting the side down, dude. Shocking. Right. Let's go back to the 3 of us. That was lovely. So, yeah.
Did you enjoy being guests on your show?
Yes. Well, welcome back to our show now, Lisa. That's that was a really nice change of pace for us. But that was we wanted to try something slightly differently this week because you know what we're like on this show. We're always tweaking and trying new features and putting ideas out there.
Are you done with me now?
Pretty much.
I suppose you can go, yeah.
Pretty much. You need to top
Can
up.
I leave? Can I go now?
Yeah, you can go now. Say bye-bye. Bye, Lisa. Bye.
Bye, Lisa.
And there she goes.
Finds a different way to leave the screen every week. I've noticed this.
Oh, you're very welcome, Michael. Nice to have you
thanks,
here.
Michael.
Hope you're enjoying it. Kev Meager, I shouldn't have confessed.
You've done it now, Kev. It's too late. We know you've only got 1 out of 5.
Yeah. Pretty poor. Well, we're coming up to that cool time of the evening, which we like to have fun with. It's ye old caption competition time. So let's go show you the current caption, the last week's caption. So, Jules, it's over you.
Yeah. So again, we had loads and loads of you sending in captions for this photo. So big thank you to everybody who's contributed. I've got to give an extra shout out to a couple of you, Andrew Stott and Maria Stanford. Every week they give us multiple captions. You guys are absolutely the caption king and queen. So, so I'm highly impressed by the way your minds work. So I haven't got time to read all of them out, so I'm going to read some of them. Let's see what I can find. Okay, so Maria Stanford has one of hers to start off with. So she says, word search. Despite their best efforts and the need to get their eyes tested, they could not find Bernard Castle.
I think that should have been Barnard Castle.
Was it?
I think it should have been Barnard Castle.
Barnard Castle, is it? Oh, I don't know.
Dominic Cummings reference there, I think.
I know how you pronounce it. So we've got Kirsty Longman says, shh, don't let Steve know we're Googling this week's Big Hunt quiz answers. What else have we got? Andrew Nash says, I can't believe it. They have added £22 for use of the toilet roll. That's kind of probably quite likely in restaurants that, you know, when the toilet roll shortages are on, start charging for loo roll. What else we got? Daniela says, I've practiced the ancient art of writing ABC. Pen and paper is the new technology. So it's been such a long time where we've been on computers that nobody remembers how to use pen and paper anymore. I know, I certainly don't. What else have we got? Andrew Stott, if you tilt it like this, squint a bit, get the right light and drink a few beers, Pete almost looks like Tim Santana. Not sure about that.
Cheers.
I'd have to be very drunk and squint quite a lot, I think, to see that. We've got Des Hackett. They were just having a quick game of hangman to see who's buying the next round.
Yeah.
I've got to be careful I don't accidentally read out the right answer here. What else we got? Tim Stevens. He says that Tim Santana is a good-looking chap, but Tim Stevens, whoa! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You lot, what am I going to say? Catherine Swift says the kids' homework is getting harder and harder. I give up. What else have we got? See, I've got 2 pages of this.
Wow.
What have I got? Des Hackett again says, whilst there is another one. Des sending a load, so perhaps Des should be crowned king as well. Whilst he's writing the answers, no one will notice if I touch his leg up.
It does look like it, doesn't it, when you look now? Yeah. Yeah.
Adele says, what other ingredients do I need for a lasagna? Maria again says, under the new government guidelines, they're allowed to choose 2 more people to make their 6 for socialising. I think we'll leave it at that. So,
Yeah.
Pete, have you got the answer? Have you got the winner?
Our winning competition is dun, 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 dun.
Drum roll. Tess Newell, everyone watched as Riaz, if I pronounced that right, you'll have to tell me, showed how well his colouring had come on. I love that. Brilliant.
Yes, well done,
Thank you
Tess.
everyone who sent in your captions for that. Keep them coming. We've got another one coming up. So Pete, what have we got up for this week?
So this week's caption competition, fortunately, is someone we know. Well, it looks like you don't know him from that angle, but it is the fabulous Tim Stevens. And I've just gone blank because I forgot to make him. Oh no!
Catherine Bevan, I think her name is.
Thank you, Catherine Bevan. Yes.
I do apologise if I've got that wrong.
So this is this week's caption competition. As always, we will post the picture on the Ceroc Plus Fleet page straight after the show at some point. I say straight after the show. Normally it takes a little while because we have so much to still do. But by all means, do send in your captions. We are loving them. They are great. Feel free to crack on. We probably might go back a little bit, as we were saying the week before, that some of the future pictures might get a bit more risque and give you a lot more scope for innuendo. So we'll see how that goes. Again, thank you to everybody who allows us to use their pictures. Without your support and allowing us to do this, we would be able to run this caption competition. Otherwise, it would be just pictures of me and Jules mainly, and you get bored after a couple of weeks. So thank you so much for doing that, guys. We're much appreciated. Oh, excuse me. So we've got a couple of things left to go in the show. And I keep saying so, as you know, and it's like, what do you think so far, Wayne? Awesome, good. Hey, random guy, am I awesome? I'm awesome. I can't believe I forgot to put these guys in, but my all-time favourite is...
You've got to play with your toys, haven't you?
Got to get me Carlton in. I'm going to have to get the not unusual music to play on this one, so yeah. Sometimes I get too focused, and I'm focused like a professional, and I forget
You
about
were
all
earlier.
the
You were
toys
looking
I've got
very serious earlier.
to play around with. So I'm going to give you a quick update of Zoom, and then Jules is going to talk to you about Saturday.
Yes, exactly.
So I'll do that, yeah. The virtual fleet chat and freestyle Ceroc Plus Fleet page is coming on after the show. I had a genius moment literally tonight, and I thought, we should call it the after show party, because that's what it is, basically, a party after this show. We've already got a Zoom room up and running, and our friend, one of the crew, Kev Cook, he's got that link ready to go, and he's going to post that straight into this page and anywhere else he feels like straight after the show, so you can connect straight into Zoom. And you can come in and everybody can have a chat, and you can discuss what happened in the show, say hello to everybody, have a bit of a catch up. And then by the time I've got myself sorted, I'll come in and I'll play some tunes. And we'll run that for about an hour maximum. And at the end of it, we have the traditional sing-along track. And we have Dave Shillito, who very kindly sorts it out and gets the lyrics up on his screen. So we spotlight his screen so you can sing along for a bit of a giggle. And then again, we're open to chat. Again, just chat, and chat. So everybody's welcome. Feel free, come on in, and we'll see how we go. Right, back to us. So one more little thing to talk about. Just going to refresh, and I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it where? Oh, there it is. Here it comes.
So you've got to find it. So those of you who have just joined may not have heard Lisa talking earlier about our Saturday Night Live. So we're going to have a 3-hour live bonanza on the 20th of June. So it's the summer solstice, so it's going to be a solstice themed party. So if you like your fancy dress, that's anything solstice themed. So you can go flower power, you can go down the hippie route, whatever you fancy. But everything that night will be live, so nothing's going to be pre-recorded. So we'll have 2 classes, they'll both be live. We'll have a solo class and a couples class. We're going to have our Ceroc celebrities coming on for a panel show, a game of Fib in Your Pants, which is kind of along the lines of the Would I Lie to You show, if you've ever seen that. It's a similar kind of theme. We're going to have our usual things with the Who Is It and various other games and things and shenanigans going on, but the whole thing, the whole show is going to be live. So we will literally be crossing our fingers and hoping that we get no tech issues that night. And Pete's going to be pressing buttons like fury, and we're going to be moving green screens and all sorts of things. So come and join the chaos. If you want to get involved in that, please let us know. We'd love to have some of you come on, perhaps on Skype or perhaps on a Zoom, and be part of the show. That would be amazing. There'll be various different opportunities for that. We'll tell you a bit more about that over the next couple of Thursday Night Lives. So thank you for that, Pete.
Cool. And just to add to that, we will be running a GoFundMe page for the show. And it's not because, we're skint. It's we've got some running costs that we need to now sort out, because this show seems to go on and on and on, and it's been coming free to you guys for the last 10 weeks.
Pete's racking up some expenses.
I've got a few bills to pay. So
we want to try and keep the Thursday nights free. And ongoing. But obviously, we need to try and claw back a little bit of Pete's expenses to be able to keep doing that.
That would be lovely. Wouldn't that be nice, Wayne?
Yeah.
We will show it and they will come. We will show it and they will come. You know how it goes. Now, amazingly, guess what I've remembered this week, Jules?
What have you remembered?
I've got credits.
Hey, you've actually remembered to do the credits.
I've got end credits.
Said off camera, oh God, I forgot to do the credits.
Last couple of weeks I've been very remiss, and I've forgotten to put in the end of show credits, and we've just said bye and drifted off into the ether. But tonight we have proper end of show credits, and that'll be it. We're gone. So basically, Thank you for everybody who tuned in tonight, as usual. We hope you've enjoyed it. There's still 1 or 2 more things in the pipeline that we're hoping to introduce into the show, believe it or not. There's we were having a great chat off air last couple with a few people, getting some feedback and some ideas. One idea is really nice, really cool. We've done some tests. We think it'll work, and if we can do it, you'll see it next week. Be a cool little...
Be a tease. You're going to be a tease and not tell them what it is, aren't
God,
you?
no. Because they're going to have to come and find out what it is. But it's interactive. That's the key thing. It's interactive. So if you're here, you'll be involved. I know. I can't. I'm like, fingers crossed it'll work.
You are like a kid in a sweet shop. You are.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
We've kept these lovely people far too long. Let's say goodnight, and we'll see you all in the after party.
Yes, see you in the after party. Bye.
Bye.